Welcome to Trojan TV. I'm your anchor, Himani Laroia.
And I'm Raajvi Singh.
Tonight we have local Asian American business owner John Liu speaking about his experience opening a restaurant in COVID-19.
Followed by a thoughtful initiative taken by BPA members to make tie blankets for the homeless. Stay tuned for these upcoming stories.
Back in 2020, the fear regarding the COVID-19 pandemic was at an all-time high. As a result, racial discrimination against Asian Americans was on the rise. According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, 556,000 businesses are owned by Asian Americans, and 26% were forced to shut down due to the pandemic.
Today we're interviewing John Liu, a local Asian American business owner, to give his thoughts about the racism occurring in our country due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He also gives us a refreshing account of his experience of opening his restaurant Ramen Belly. Here's Eva at the scene.
I'm outside of Ramen Belly, a local Japanese-style restaurant in Iowa City. Serving ramen, poke, and other traditional Japanese cuisine, this restaurant has gained popularity quickly, despite the pandemic. Let's hear firsthand from owner John Liu about his struggles running a business and how COVID-19 has impacted his journey.
We were just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and the restaurant.
After graduating from college, I worked at a bunch of other restaurants. I worked at some 9-to-5 jobs, and then I had a really good job working at the Marriott, the Colville Marriott. I was running the restaurant there, and then I went into accounting there. And then they switched ownership. Now they went with they're now the Hyatt Regency now, and so once they transitioned over, I kind of decided to figure out a plan and try to figure something else to do. So my partner and I decided to open a ramen shop, and we were looking around and we stumbled upon this place in the peninsula. So we've only been open about, I think 7 months now, since April.
There have been a lot of Asian American businesses that have had major losses or had to shut down their business due to racial stigma, mostly in the big cities, as you said.
Yeah.
Do you think that the COVID-19 has inflicted some bias?
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there like pretty ignorant, and like the media doesn't help, social media doesn't help, they read things like, oh, it came from China, they eat bats, you can't blame people from China from bringing it here, like it's a virus. It's a shame that it happens to a lot of these business owners. They're hardworking people.
How was your experience opening a whole new restaurant during a pandemic?
We didn't do anything during the peak of it when everything was getting bad. A lot of people getting locked down, a lot of high cases of everything. Kind of one of those things where like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. So it looked pretty bad. And then I kind of just stuck to it and hung in there. And then once things started to turn around, people started going out to eat more, and businesses started opening up again. We decided to jump into it. When we opened, the place was packed. We were jam-packed. I mean, it's day after day. It was just busy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
As of January 2020, Iowa had an estimated 2,647 people experiencing homelessness on any given day. So BPA members decided to help out and make a heartwarming difference in the community. They made tie blankets for the homeless and for stray animals. Now we hand over to Eva. Eva, what are tie blankets and how are they made?
Tie blankets are made by tying together 2 pieces of fleece fabric to form a warm and comfortable blanket. Let's take a look at these BPA members hard at work. We applaud these BPA members for taking initiative. Back to you, Himani.
Thank you, Eva. This is Trojan TV reminding us that we are all in this together.
Asian American contribution should never be noted by hate, and giving back to your local community is always important. This is Raajvi Singh
and Himani Laroia
signing off. Thank you for watching Trojan TV.